Interesting focal points, splashes of color to break up the greenery. None of it happens by accident. Anyone with a green thumb will tell you that gardening is hard work.
You're in this position, your back starts screaming.
Right.
And you get up and it hurts even more as you...
Exactly. It's almost hard to extend because we're being pulled more so from the front. So what we're going to be doing is putting a lot of compression on our spine, on our discs, but more importantly, we're going to be lengthening a lot of the musculature along the back, those glute muscles, the lower back erectors up into the mid back. Those are all going to be lengthened when we're in that forward fold position. So in this case, what I would recommend is stretching out your quads and stretching out your hip flexors.
Okay.
So really easy way to do this, especially if you have a table close by for some support, is we're just going to grab our foot if we can. Excellent. We're going to try and keep our knees together.
The manual osteopath and registered kinesiologist recommends setting a timer to take short breaks to stretch every half hour or so.
We're kind of sitting in a static position. So we want to warm that body up or release it with some mobility and some movement. Focus on that mid-spine.
Okay.
What we're going to do now is promote a little bit of twisting as well. So we're going to take one arm, we're going to open up. You should feel a nice stretch through your chest. You might feel a little bit of tightness in that shoulder.
Try tying a resistance band around a tree or fence to set up a stretching station.
So with gardening, we're going to be in this forward flexed position. So when we get up, we're going to promote the balance between the front and the back. We're going to pull that shoulder back and we're going to strengthen the muscles and activate the muscles in the back now, while also probably feeling a little bit of a stretch in the front of that chest. They say your best posture is your next posture. So as soon as you're starting to feel some tightness or some discomfort, that's your sign to get up and get moving. All right, really easy. Let's come down into a cat camel. So we're going to come down into all fours. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into extension. So we're going to kind of stick our bum out. We're going to look up. We should feel a nice stretch in that back. And then we still want to promote flexion again. So we're going to drop forward. And from here, we can just move back and forth.
I can feel my neck. I can barely move my neck.
Absolutely. You're going to feel this all the way up through the erectors of the spine, which go all the way up to the top of the neck as well.
Trigger thumb, wrist tendonitis, just a couple of the many hand injuries that can occur while working in the garden.
This repetitive motion is going to cause a lot of compression in our wrist joint, which is also going to cause a lot of tightening and compression up into our forearm, which can cause nerve compression, carpal tunnel, symptoms similar to banging your funny bone, tennis elbow. So what we want to do is, again, prep our forearms for the work. So an easy stretch, we're going to stretch out, these are called the extensors of the forearm and the wrist. We're going to just gently pull down and we should feel a nice stretch along the top of our forearms. And then again, we want to promote that balance between flexion and extension. We're going to come the other way.
So it's clear we have our work cut out for us.
This is why it's so important to stretch before, during, and after gardening, especially if you don't want to resent your garden.
You want to love it.
Great job,
And
Minna.
sometimes you love to hate it. Thank you so much. You know what? I think it's really easy to lose track of time when you're out gardening, especially when you have a lot of work to do. Or, you know, you want to just get ahead of those weeds, right? Because you see one, you see 20, and then next thing you know, you've got piles of it. So really setting the timer, stretching. I think I was really surprised that it's not all lower back injury, that back pain can stem from, you know, tightness in your hips and other regions of your body for being in that kind of crouch position for so long. I'm sure you guys have felt it too.
And watch your knees too, right? That's why the right padding is important, because otherwise you can get old quick.
Roll up a towel even. You don't even have to buy any special foam padding. A towel works great.
That's it. All right, back to this after.